Lord Father, we want to bless you. We thank you for all that you have done for us. We thank you for our institution. Lord, we thank you for all the way that you have brought each and every one of us for this program. Lord, we now delegate this program into your hand. Let this be a program that will help us, that will give us knowledge, because you said, how good is it when your children come to find knowledge so that they will help others? Father, we thank you for the administration. We thank you for every effort behind this program, oh Lord, to help us teach us so that we will be skilled. Father, may you, Lord, guide us. May you give us wisdom to get the training. We thank you. We bless your holy name. We pray this, hoping that you will do more in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Thank you so much, Teacher Okelo David. And I would love to welcome each and everyone who has joined this call. Thank you so much for joining. Like I've always promised that we shall always start on time without waiting for anyone. So today we are going to look at artificial intelligence and we are going to dig deep. How can we use artificial intelligence in our classrooms? How can we utilize it to make our lessons better? But particularly in today's session, I will concentrate on generating of prompts, but also I do hope by the end of this session, each one of you should be in position to be able to generate your own video using AI for one of the lessons you can conduct in your classroom. So that is the target for this particular session. And I will request that for a better experience for some of the applications we are going to use, you need a laptop. You'll need a laptop for the best experience for some of the things we are going to look at. Now, in today's world, it's not about what you know. We have knowledge. Yes, like you know that all of us here have heard about AI. You have heard about artificial intelligence. You have heard about this. Now, the world has moved from there. What is it that you are doing with what you know is what matters a lot. You might know something, but as long as you don't go on to use that knowledge you have, then that means that knowledge is useless. But also, how fast are you able to learn? Because at the moment, the world, the rate at which it is moving, how things are changing here, day in, day out, you'll find that you need to keep on updating yourself day in, day out. Much as you may know something, however good you may be at something, there is something you can learn each and every single day. And as a teacher, my request is that make sure that each and every single day, whether you are in classroom, whether you are outside the classroom, there is something you learn. There is something, if you look this outside the box, you will notice that there is something you can learn. It can be from the children, it can be from the environment, wherever you are, even on those different groups where we are. There is something that you can learn from that particular thing. So take it as an assignment that every single day ask yourself, what is it that I have learned by the end of the day? Then, if I may ask to place for me in the chat, what is that repetitive task you have been doing every day and you wish someone else would do it for you? You can place your comment in the chat. That thing you find yourself every day, almost every day you are doing the same thing and you feel you are tired of doing that particular thing. What is it? You can type in the chat, you can raise up your hand and then you share with us at least one task you repeatedly do. Feel free, you can raise up your hand, you can place your answer in the chat and then you share with us that particular task that you feel is on your head. Okay. Any? Okay, okay. Yeah, but I know in the process of teaching, there are things you do every day. Switching on and off the lights, that is very good. You do it every day, but that one can be done with technology. Preparing schemes of work, lesson plan, and scenarios, very good. All of those things you find yourself doing every day. Every day you have to do a lesson plan. You find yourself every time you have to do a scheme of work. You find yourself you need to develop scenarios, lesson planning scheme. Now, those are some of the things you do. One of the things I do personally is marking. You have to mark almost every day when you enter lessons. You have to set exams. Now, all those repetitive tasks, if you master how to use this AI, many of those tasks your load will have reduced. In fact, one of the rules I say or I use is that I let AI do for me 70% of my work and let the 30% be done by me. I do the editing and I just proofread. But 70% let it be done by AI. So that's what I call now the 70-30 rule. That for whatever thing I do, I ask myself, can't AI do for me this thing? If it can, then I just content, let me use AI to do that particular thing. Now, in education, as we go on, there are some tools that are shaping how things are done, and they will never be done the same way, ever. Before, we used to take a lot of time drawing pictures on the board. We used to take a lot of time setting exams. We used to take a lot of time making lesson notes. We used to take a lot of time reading, sitting down and you read a novel. You read a book for 5 hours. It's no longer possible with technology. That sometimes you don't need to take 5 hours reading a book. Why? Yet you can have a summary of that book and you pick what you want. With now the technology where it is heading, all those things can be done. If you want to summarize 50 pages, 1,000 pages, technology can do it for you. And what are some of those tools that you need to know as an individual? One of them is AI and machine learning. The second is what we call virtual and augmented reality. We have looked at that, at least we had a session on that. Another one is called cloud-based platforms, and then the gamification. These 4 tools are very powerful, and they are going to either make you stay within the profession or quit the profession. Because where we are heading, in fact, yesterday, I was attending a session that was prepared by the International Baccalaureate. It is a curriculum whereby now they have put all they have developed a system where exams are going to be done online. So you ask yourself, as a teacher, will you still go on and supervise? No, technology can do it. Do you need to be there? No, you don't need. A child just needs to sit with his gadget and he does the exam. That's now where the world is heading. So you notice that there is some work we have been doing that now technology can do. Sitting down to make a marking guide. Technology can do that for you. Sitting down that to put grades that this is the score, this technology can do for you as long as you have mastered the game of using these tools. So these are some of the tools that during your research work, you have to look out for and then go on to adopt. AI has been in existence from the 1960s, but it has kept on developing over and over. So these are some of the tools. As a teacher, you need to keep reminding yourself, asking yourself whether you know how to use it or not yet. Now, we have what we call the Digital Competence Education Framework. And this framework here, I'm going to ask you to look at it before I dive deep into it. I want you to look at it, look at those different components, read it through, and then I'm going to tell you what this framework is all about. So we are going to take 2 minutes, look through it, each component as I go on to explain what it is. Okay, I'm going to assume that we have been able to look through. Now, the digital competence framework for educators was developed by an organization. And what does it tell us? We know very well that in the profession where we are, there is a rapid change. One, in the demands. Two, in the requirements. Three, there is a lot of sophisticated technology that is coming up. Devices, applications that require that as an individual, you develop the competences required to interact with those particular things. A case in point are those who are using some phones. You may have noticed that there are features on your phones you have never used at all, of which those features are very helpful in your daily life. But because you have not yet developed the competency, the skill to use them, you find they are useless. Now, this framework here is directed towards educators at all levels of education, whether you are at a primary level, whether at secondary, whether at a higher level, whatever level you are at, this framework is going to be very important for you. When you look at the first one, at the first component here, this is for educators' professional competency, that there are some things we expect you to have as an educator. Then we have what we call the pedagogical competency. Pedagogy is more or less like the methods of teaching. So now there are some competences we expect. Then also there are some things we expect from the learners, some competences that must be, but that the learners must possess. Now, when it comes to professional bit of it, we expect that you are good with the digital competences, but also the subject specific competences. I know all of us are good with our subject-based competences. You can deliver your lesson very well. You can do everything. Yes. Then, under the pedagogical competences, the methods of delivering, how are you able to empower these children? How are you able to deliver the lessons? These four components here are very important in this quadrant. That one, you must have the digital resources as a teacher. There's no way you're going to apply technology if you do not have the resources. You must be able to select the suitable resources to use. You must be able to manage, to protect, and be able to create and modify. Those particular things you have as a teacher, you must be able to know how to assess. Then two, you must be able to empower your learners to differentiate, to access, to actively engage. It is always very hard for something to be successful if the person who owns it doesn't know how to utilize it. If you don't know how to use a laptop, the children may interact, may know how to use it, but they may not use it like broadly and better if you as a person, you are well equipped with these competences. Then what do we expect from the learners? We expect that when it comes to the learner's side, the learners must be able to utilize those resources in a much better way. More so when it comes to communication. If you are handling A level, they are supposed to communicate. How are they communicating? They must be able to develop PowerPoints to make presentations in class. They must be able to come up and discuss, to hold discussions, to hold debates, to do their work using the ICT tools. So that this is the framework we are going to be looking at as teachers. But one way for you to develop such competences is through professional engagement. If you engage in professional development, those CPDs, like many times we hear or we get invitations to attend some sessions, you can't attend. It is through those sessions that you are going to keep on learning, and developing these competences. Now, this framework here is going to be very important and it will guide us. It was developed in 2017, but it is still very relevant. So, AI is something very broad that we may not exhaust everything in one session. AI for let me say the basic we have like different levels. We have the basic level, we have the intermediate level, and we have the expert level. Now, under this level here, we do expect that there are some things we are going to learn about. One of them under at the basic level can be the fundamentals. How do we prompt? How do we evaluate the output? How do we the academic integrity? How do we check for plagiarism? How do we check that this child is work here? Is directed from AI, and then how it's going to drive workforce. Now, these are some of the different sessions we can have. But like I've said, that being that it is very broad, today we are going to only look at the literacy bit of it. Though I will also drive you into the prompting, then I will also take you on output. In case time allows, I'll show you how do you check for plagiarism. How do you check that everything this learner has produced is from AI. And remember, for ethical purposes, we must also train our children not to copy everything direct from AI, because for them what they do, they just go into AI, they type in, given that you have given them a question, they just type in and then they think research. But that's not enough when it comes to research. Now, this is just the course outline for the basic level. So, if I may ask, what is AI? Now, AI is that system that has been developed that it can make decisions, it can predict, and it can make recommendations basing on how you have asked your question or how you have posed the different questions. That is what we call AI. AI is in position to do whatever thing you want as long as you have mastered how to ask questions from it. As long as you know the process of asking questions is what we call prompting. As long as you know how to prompt it, you obtain always the best responses from it. But AI is a model. In other words, we have to train it to get the best response. If you ever want to get the best response from AI, it means that you must prompt it also very well. Otherwise, if you don't prompt it well, you always get a wrong answer and you'll keep on complaining, the answer I've got is wrong. That's why you hear some people say that I got a wrong answer from AI. The problem is not AI, the problem is you. Because by the time when it gives you a wrong answer, it is an indicator that you asked it wrongly. You cannot get a right answer for a wrong question. So when you ask a wrong question, it will give you a wrong answer, and therefore it will not serve your purpose for requesting it to support you on a particular thing. Now, what is AI? AI has gone beyond what even we know. When you look at my screen here, AI can now solve the AI like we have now, like we call it a photo math, whereby you can just take, is there any number that you have failed to do? Yes. What do? AI can do it for you. No need for you to what? To struggle, to ask, what am I going to do? The number has failed. Take a picture of that thing, put it in the app, and then you'll have step by step, step by step for everything you are doing. And now that's where AI is taking us. That they can do for you, give you the steps. You tell them, I want it in an audio form. I want it in this form. So it can scan and review handwritten texts. Even if you have, let me say you have your work, you have your notes that were handwritten, AI can help you to convert those notes from the handwritten back into the typed format. So that is where AI is. Now, the use of AI. We have two levels. We have what we call the micro level. When we talk about micro level, is like something on a smaller scale, something small. Micro means something very, very small. So we have that level. And that level, what can we use it for? We can use it to generate PowerPoints. We can use it to get feedback. We can use it for assignment. We can use it for such things. That is the at micro level. Then we have the second level we call the meso level. Let me write because those levels are different. Let me first write. Now, we have the second level. We call it the meso level. The meso level is the intermediate level. The intermediate level there in the middle. This is like, okay. So the second level is what we call the meso level. Under the meso level, you can call it a middle level. So meso originates from the Greek language, which means middle. So it is the intermediate. Then the last level is what you call the macro level. So like you have something like this, whereby you have the micro, then you have the second level we call the meso, and then you have the macro level. So at whatever level you go on, it depends on the kind of work you want to do, because it is that amount of work you have to do that will put you at what level you want to use AI for. Now, some of us, like now, like at teacher level, we can use it to generate lessons. Here you can generate your schemes, you can generate your lesson plans. You can generate your marking guides. That is at that level. You can also generate feedback. If a child has asked you a question, you can generate feedback from there. But also you can use it to collect assignments, like you want to do corrections, you want to design a marking guide, such things. So that is at micro level. Then at meso level you have gone a bit. So this one involves some kind of analyzing. It has gone a bit up. So now when it comes to this one, you can automate it such that for whatever email you get, it can reply for you. You have seen where you have sent emails and they tell you immediately, don't reply, but they give you feedback immediately. Within a minute, you have got back the feedback that maybe a person is unavailable, get him on at this time and this time. Even you can generate specific feedback depending on the kind of emails that people send you. In case it is about school, you can decide to say that, my school, what am I going to do? That whatever parent asks about admissions, then the automatic email the parent will receive will have the admission requirements, the school policies, the school location, the school what, and the rest of that. So you can generate that email automatically such that you get it. The parent asks, they don't need to wait. So now that's when you have gone at the meso level. You automate your work. Even on WhatsApp, there is that function whereby when you text someone, you get an instant feedback that someone is not available. So that is at that level. Then also you can use this AI when it comes to school plans. When you have you want a plan, then you can use it. You can use this kind. Even if it comes to these things of designing the timetable, coming up with what, all those things, they can be developed. Even when it comes to developing those any work that involves creating, planning, managing, scheduling, shifting, duty, and the rest of that, all that can be done by using these AI tools. So now it is up to you. The choice is always yours. Either never to employ your AI or to move forward with the world and start applying AI. And like I've told you that the more you use this AI, the better you become at it. The more you use it, the more better things are going to get. Okay, now we have some of the popular chatbots and what you call AI tools. But I know maybe in the chat, if you can let me know, which one do you use? When you look at my chat, I want you, I think, Mattia, you can look at this presentation. We are still going on. We have not even yet touched the middle. So at the end of the day, all your questions would have been answered. I don't know which of these ones do you use commonly. Any that you use commonly, maybe that is the one I want to use for the session. Look at the ones I've displayed and you tell me which one do you use oftentimes. That is the one that I want us to use. That one you feel that this one might be a bit easy. Okay, I'm going to look through the chat. Okay, Copilot, Gemini, ChatGPT, Gemini. Okay. Now allow me now to, okay, thank you. Okay, good. Now I've noticed many of us are using the AI tools. Now each of these AI tools serves a purpose. It was developed for something. There's something that that it serves better. Now, I'm going to write for you these tools. Unfortunately, I'm not going to type them. Now, if you want to ask anything without any specific order, for anything you want to ask, the best AI tool to use is ChatGPT. Anything you want to ask to know about, it is ChatGPT. If you want to ask anything and you notice available on Google, Gemini is the other that is good at it. Gemini and ChatGPT. Gemini puts sources everything from Google, so it can be able to give you. If you want to design documents, the best is called Gamma. And these ones I'm going to just mention them. Gamma. If you want to create logos, the best is called Crea. If if you want to change a voice, like you from your voice to another voice, the best is called Rec Crowd. If you want to make music, we use what called Suno AI. If you want to edit videos, the best can be Runway ML. If you want to design a website, then Lelumi is very good at it. If you want to edit an audio, then this script can be the best. If you want to make presentations, Tome can be very, very good. If you want AI videos, then PicArt is very good. If you want research, there, let me emphasize, if you are looking for research, you want papers, you are going to publish and you are making papers, then the best is called Perplexity AI. This is very good with research. The sources of papers are okay. Even if you search in Google Scholar, their papers are really very, very nice. That is for Perplexity. However, for ChatGPT, please don't trust the source of the papers. In case you are making research, you don't trust those papers. If you want to make 3D models, then you can use what called Luma Labs AI. Now, those are, in case you want to edit pictures, then you can use PicWish. Now, all those are AI tools. But like I've said, each of them is developed for a given purpose. So it depends on what you want to use or what you want to do. If you want to design, also now Canva has that AI tool that can help you to come up with a simple design. If you are this person who is a literature teacher, you want to read a novel within a few minutes, you want to summarize, that Notebook LM is very good for you. It can make for you notes, it can summarize, it can give you an exercise, it can give you a quiz, it can, that is Notebook LM, can be very, very good for you. But for many of these AI tools we have, they can yield a good answer as long as you have prompted it very. Yes. Okay. Now, some of the questions I'll be asking them. Why is it that ChatGPT allows access for a specified time? One is that you are using a free version of ChatGPT, and like they're also making business, so they cannot give you access to their resources throughout. So they limit you such that you can be compelled to buy a version. So they will keep on frustrating you such that you can be able to buy a paid version. But the moment you have a paid version, everything runs smoothly. Even there are some features, because like Many of us are using the free versions, the pro versions. So you'll find that you are not in position to access some features. There are some features you may not be able to access. And there is some work you cannot do using those free versions. Okay, allow me to continue. Now AI in teaching can support us in all these ones. It can explain for us those difficult concepts. It can help us in research, in practice, in language. Yeah, even when you don't know a language, take an example. Sometimes we go to different parts of the country, and you may not be able to speak the language, but it is always better learn some basic things. So you can go to these AI tools, then look for the translator, ask, and then they'll be able to translate for you. Yes. Okay. Even for generation of ideas. Our children, sometimes they may not have any idea at all. Even you as a teacher, there are times when you buy, things have failed. So you can come here, and then it generates for you some ideas. Now, what is very important? How do we use this AI tool? It is very, very important. It's not about us having the tool. I've told you that having it is one thing, utilizing it is another thing. Like the way you see our phones that we have, that many times, if that phone, you have been with it for, let me say, 5 years or 6 years, by the time it gets off from you, you'll find that you have only used, if you have used a lot, you have used 20% of all the functions on the phone. Because what do we use the phone for? Taking photos, or pictures, those things, images, maybe WhatsApp, videos only. Those are the things we know that the phone can do. But it can do a lot. It can do a lot beyond that. Even it can make for you money, or what we call the passive income, as long as you know how to utilize it well. Now, how do we use this AI? Now, the major or the most important thing is what we call prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is the most important thing. Then we are going to look at the different types of prompts, elements of a good prompt, and then the best practices and example scenarios. Because if you want to get the best result, like you keep seeing people on WhatsApp asking, I need a scheme of work, I need a lesson plan. That is an indicator that a teacher has not yet embraced technology, that a teacher has not yet learned how he can utilize technology fully. Now, for some of those things, you just need to know, how do I use technology to come up with a response? Even if I don't go on groups to ask members for it, but I can generate it myself. So when we talk about prompt engineering, or when we talk about prompt engineering, is designing the input you are going to give the AI to do for you. Because these machines have a lot of data. These machines run by data. Just not every day, these machines absorb data. I'm going to show you an example. I'm going to show you an example. I'm going to show you an example. Let me swear that I'm going to show you an example. Though, I'm going to show you an example that these machines are just fed with data. But I'm going to show you, okay, give me time as I open. Okay, just because it is a bit more of private, so I don't want to show everything on my screen. So when you look at my screen here, this is the ChatGPT. When you look at this ChatGPT, you have to feed it with data. Now, personally, I feed it with data almost every day. Now, what do? I have what we call a GPT, generative. Now, what I do is that for this AI to perform the way I want it, I have to train it the way I want it to respond. Now I'm developing, this is a hub, I'm developing a AI app. When you look at it, for me to get the best response, I'm going to feed it with data. So I have fed it with all the data that I want. Which data do I want for this AI to do for me? That one, a lesson plan. You can see that I've put all the syllabus books for the lower curriculum here. That means that if I come here, I'm going to just start training it. That if I tell it that, you know what, now, like in the process of training is what we call now, that we prompt it such that now it can be able to give us the what? The data we want. But what I wanted to show that for you to get a good response from AI is that you have to have the data you want it to produce. Number two, I wanted also to show you that AI is fed. There is a lot of documents, there is a lot of content they put inside. So that's why you call it a large language model, that it is being just fed on a lot of things. So that is what I wanted to show you on that. Hey, you feed it everything and then it will be able to generate for you the kind of response you want. Then number two, now, in the process of prompting, there are three things we have to do. We have the input. What do you feed in? Number two, there is a process. And then lastly is the kind of output. Now, what are the elements of a good prompt? Now, the prompt you give AI, that AI, what you put is what matters, which kind of response it will give you. Now, number one, or elements of a good prompt is instruction. Give it the task. What do you want it to do? That I want you to produce a lesson plan. I want you to do this. Number two, contextualize. By contextualizing is that give it some background information, who you are, that I am a physics teacher handling senior 2 mathematics. I'm a physics teacher handling senior 2 mathematics in Uganda, running a lower secondary curriculum CBC, develop a lesson plan. Now that is a context. Three, feed it with some data. Which kind of response do you want to see? And then give it the format. I want it in PDF format. I want it in this format. I want it in this format. For whatever prompt you put, that one will give you the best. I'm going to give you an example. The example I want to give you is that explain respiration. I'm going to get this. I put it for you in the chat here in the chat GPT. And then you see the kind of response it will give you. I've given it that explain respiration. And it is going to generate for us the response. Now, that is how it's going to respond. It has given you, like that. Now, another person is going to come and he says that, let me type in, I am a biology teacher in Uganda. I am teaching senior 1 biology, a topic of life processes. Explain the life process of respiration, giving examples from Uganda context. Include some pictures and a mini scenario. I've given it another prompt. Now, when you look at it, the answer you get here is not the same answer you are going to get for this. You can notice that here they told is the biological process, Then here, it's going to give you something different. And you will see that it has given you examples of respiration. It has given you types of respiration. But just because we're a bit general, Even it has given you a mini scenario for classroom friendly. Now that is what we call the prompting. If I had given it another prompt, let me say the way we prompt it, you can say write, uh, let me say which one. Give me, give me, I don't know which one we want. Okay, give me the causes of Arabs. Is it causes of Arabs? Something like that. I'm just putting. Now, you can notice I have asked it Arabs. Look at what it has given me. It has given me Athma. Why? Because my prompt is bad. I have not specified. But because at first, the first question that came before, I was talking about the Ugandan context. For it, it is still thinking in the Ugandan context. So it will give you things that are related to that particular thing. But if you prompt it very well, it can give you a good one. Number two is that we need to train it the way we want it. Take an example. Many times we want to generate scenarios, but allow me to first open here one paper and then I show you. So many times we want to generate scenarios for a particular thing. Sometimes you want to, what's happening? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I think my thing is going to delay a bit. Yeah, but I was saying that sometimes we want to generate a scenario. But do you know what we say? We tell it, generate for me a scenario. And it will surely generate for you something. But you'll find that what they have generated is not good enough. And you'll start complaining, but this one doesn't give me the scenario. But tell it, what kind of scenario do you want? I'll give an example. Generate a scenario or, okay, let me say activity of integration. Generate an activity of integration for the topic of, which topic can I use? For the topic of, okay, let me say of working with integers. Then yeah, that's how for us we tell it. And it will put something there. It will put something there for you. And it will give you things that are not so good. And then you say, but this thing is giving me funny what? Things. But if you are specific, you tell it, generate a scenario, an activity of integration. Let me give you another prompt. Generate an activity of integration from Uganda context, a lower secondary curriculum, topic 1 or topic of term 1, mathematics, senior 1. Let the scenario have not more than maybe 300 characters. Put a task, maybe a single one. Put a single task. Let it be real life. Let it reflect the competency. Yes. Then you tell it, generate. Then what you are going to get here is different from the other open one. They will give you a simple one without, now because I limited the characters, then also you can go on and keep on improving. So that means that the major thing is on how do you ask it. It's not about you having it, but how do you ask it to generate for you what you want. Now, as we are generating these scenarios, you need to know what you want to ask for. So avoid open prompts, these generic ones. This, explain this, add a context. Go beyond. Go beyond what you want, because A good one should have clear instruction. It should be correct class level, output format, and appropriate depth. So make sure that all those ones are being fulfilled. Okay, allow me now to, in case you have a question about prompting, something here has failed to, yeah, in case you have any question about prompting, you may ask any, any question concerning the prompting, you may ask, but uh, if not yet, we are going to continue. Oh, okay. Let me, yes, Richard? Richard?
Can you listen me now?
Yes,
Are
I
you hearing?
can.
Okay,
Yes, I
thank
am.
you, sir.
Mm.
Now, about prompt,
Mm.
please take us back to the elements of a good prompt. Just requesting.
Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. Allow me
Yes.
to allow me to open something here.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to go back there. Uh, Kindly just give me a minute. I want to first dig deep onto the prompting as well, to show you something more on how, when you want to, mhm. Okay. Uh, Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. Those who are raising their hands, you're going to allow me to first go back here and I show you more on prompting. Then maybe I will have answered. Now, like I've said, these AI tools, we train them. Take an example. You have seen these scenarios and you feel these scenarios are good. I've not said they're good, but I'm just using them as an example. And you want, let me say this is the thing, but you want to generate a scenario, not exactly the same, but similar to that. What do you do? Copy that scenario the way it is. Get it, put it in your AI. But first give it the instruction. I'm going to say, generate a similar scenario using different names but achieving the same outcome. And then I give it the similar to the one below, similar to the one below. Don't mind about the spelling things. For it will correct it. Then after, I'll post. Now, what happens is that they are going to generate for me a scenario similar to that, not exactly the same, but similar to what I have posted. When you look at it, you can notice that they have changed some things. But in case you have not given it a good prompt, then you'll find yourself getting the same. So you can tell it, generate 5 other scenarios with different figures, but in the same magnitude. And then you leave it. So now it's going to generate for you 5 others, almost in the same magnitude, but achieving different things. Now it has generated that first one, it has generated the second one, the third one, and the fourth one, the fifth one. Then even I can tell it now, generate a scoring grid. Generate a scoring grid. Even I can tell it a scoring grid, clearly indicating the key scoring points, the scoring points. And even I can tell it and give it to me in a Word document that I can download. So now this is what we call now training. You have given it an example you want to look at. Then after giving it the example you want to look at, like how you want that example to look like, then it means that it's going to be able to generate. Now it has generated for me here this Word document. I'm going to download it and then I will show you how it looks like. So it can generate as long as you have prompted it well. So it has generated a marking grid. When you look at my screen, let me hope it is coming through. It has generated, it has put the marks, it has put the indicator achievement, correct identification, clear. So you can see that it has given you how even to score. Now, if you want it to generate the marking guide, I can tell it, provide the answers to each of the items or questions. Then it can generate for you the answers. But now this is 70%. Let it help you to do the 70%. Then let the rest, the 30%, is for you to verify. Surely, as these things the AI given me, are they correct? Now that is your work. That is the 30% I told you. Not everything provided by AI is true. Some things are not correct. So those things that are not correct, those are the things that you need to go on and then correct and make much better. So that is what yes. So all of those things must come hand in hand. So how you now, by doing so, you are training it. Now, if you tell it now to do for you something similar to that, it will be looking at the data you fed it, and then from that data, it is where you will it's where you are going now to pick whatever thing to use and to give you the best experience. So I've showed you how you train it. Okay. I'm going to ask. So someone wanted these ones. Someone wanted these ones. Good prompts and bad. I think this is the screen he wanted. Oh, I think these are examples. I think I'll go back. Yeah, those are the components of a good prompt. Let me first pick on a hand from Mattia. Yes, Mattia?
Yes, are you getting me?
Yes.
Now, prompting, I've got it. Now, for me, what I wanted to inquire, is it a must that you have to have a hub like the way how you did it, like you fed it with the different cell by, with the different data
A hub?
on prompting?
No. Now,
Yes,
when it comes to a hub, it is a bit different. When it comes to a hub, it is a bit
yes,
different. Now, for a
yes.
hub, for you to get the hub, that GPT, you're going for another version of these AI tools.
Okay.
Yes, but at the moment, the way I have showed you is the way you train
Yes,
it. The other
yes,
one is when I want specific information. That's what I can do to develop the data. But if you just, your AI tools now that you are using, the free versions that we have, what you do,
yes.
for you just give it a similar scenario, give it a context, give it an example, give it an example of how you want
For it to
something.
generate, it's okay. It's okay. I've got you right there.
Okay.
Okay,
For you just give it an example, then for it to generate something similar to that.
thank you.
All right. Yes, Tekino.
Good morning, Stephen and everyone.
Good morning.
I would like to share my experience in using
Yes.
ChatGPT. I hope it can also help others.
Okay.
What I've noticed with the ChatGPT is that whenever you begin a new chat, it keeps that record as a separate chat. So I would advise that if, for example, you want to do something on mathematics, and for the first time you can upload the syllabus. You know, even for that free version, it allows for limited uploads. So when you begin a new chat, you can upload the syllabus book. Then you keep on asking things referring to the syllabus you have uploaded in that specific chat. Then even that chat, whatever you have done is going to be stored there. You can review it afterward, even after going offline. So to advise that if you have started a chat and you want to continue with that same thing, say in mathematics or a topic, always go back to that previous chat you have been working with and you continue asking your questions. If you want to begin another project, say maybe on another topic or another subject, then that is when you can begin a fresh chat, a fresh page, then you continue working with it. I've been using it that way, and it has been helping me a lot because whenever I continue with the previous chat, it keeps on flowing because you may start a topic, do part of it today, you may wish to continue tomorrow, so you keep on building from where you left the other time. I just wanted to bring in the point of our chats being stored in the system, and you can still continue with it next time. Thank you so much.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. And even members, for your information, whatever thing you put in these GPTs, it is always stored there. If you opened up an account and you signed up, everything is always kept there. Even if you delete, just know that data you have put, it is the one that is kept being used to develop the model better. So keep on doing. Yes, Saida?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good morning, Sand, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you for this wonderful presentation. So for me, my concern is about in case I have maybe a paper, but I would like to scan it and I make it into PDF using the ChatGPT so that I can edit some, and maybe I can also feed it maybe to edit some, and I can add some things. How do I do that in case I have something like a paper, the one I need to scan, or maybe I need to do something already handwritten, something like that. Thank you so much.
Okay. Now I will start with the first one. Take an example. Let me check whether I have any scanned. But if you have my WhatsApp, you can send me that scanned document. Do you have any scanned document? Let me see. Okay, I think this is scanned. Let me open this and I just see what is there. Okay, let me say this is the scanned work. This is the scanned work. What I do, because like for free versions, one thing you'll know is that they limit you on the features to use. But what you can do, I'm going to show you another AI tool that we can use apart from ChatGPT. I'll come, because I don't want to upload the whole document, you give it in small versions. Unless you have the paid version, that's when you can upload everything. So take an example, this is what I want. What I do, I get this. If at all it is small, you take a small picture. So I'll come here and I paste it here. Then I give it instruction that type what is in the image. Then it's going to type what I have in the image. So it's going to type it. Now, when it types it, you'll have it here. So this is the context, the part we had in the image. If you want, you can tell it that give it to me in a downloadable Word format. And then it is going to generate it in a Word format, and then you can edit from there. But if your version you are using is a free version, it's going to limit you. You may upload there one page and then it refuses. But if you give it small chunks, give it small bits, and then it can be. Even if it is a very big document, as long as you don't put there 500 pages, 300, you need something small. So it will give it to you in this format. Then for you, what you do, you enable editing, and then now it can go on. You can go on and do your editing the way you want. Hope that is okay, Saida. Saida, is it fine?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate.
Okay. Now, in case you don't use ChatGPT, you could as well use, when you are scanning your document and you have a CAM scanner, and the document you are scanning was a typed document, you could convert that document directly into Word. When you are using a CAM scanner and you want it you are scanning it, and the document you are dealing with was a typed document, a CAM scanner can easily convert that into a Word document. So you can check it out when you are using a CAM scanner. In case you are using ChatGPT, like our friend has told us, you could as well use another tool we call DeepSeek. DeepSeek. Now, more so, if the work you are dealing with is work that requires a lot of reading, is a bit more technical, you need now to know there are some advanced tools. One I've told you, more so if at all it requires analysis, then there I would recommend go for DeepSeek as your AI tool. That one will help you to, okay, let me first open here a new chat with it such that I can show you. Let me say, when you look here, I am sharing my screen. Now this is DeepSeek. DeepSeek, it is also an AI tool. Now this one, those people who are handling math, this is the best to use, better than ChatGPT. This one is very good at analyzing everything. Even if you get a word, let me say I get a math number, I give it to it. Most of things of scientific things, it can give you a good answer compared to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is not good with mathematical work. It's not so good with mathematical work. It can easily make a mistake. More so if you have not yet trained it very well. Now for this DeepSeek, it can as well do the same work. Let me say you have your document, you can tell it, download, do for me this, type for me this. Though now the problem with these free versions, they keep on limiting. You can tell it, type it. And then it will also type it. All the AI tools can do for you the typing. Now, in case you are developing a scheme of work, you are developing a lesson plan, such things, still when you want your AI tool to give you the best result, first upload that document there. Give it a sample that I want a lesson plan. Yes. What do? Get a sample of a lesson plan, upload it there. You want a scheme of work. You will come very well. Let me see whether I can get a scheme of work here. Let me say this is CRE. First upload it there in case you have never uploaded it there. When it uploads, that's when you go on and tell it now, develop for me a scheme of work. But when you just upload it the way it is here, it may not give you the best scheme of work. Why? You have not given it the format you want. You have not given it the what? The format. But we can test and you see the difference. I can say develop a table format of a scheme of work basing on lower secondary curriculum template for term 1. The weeks in a term are 12, and then you give it. Now what happens is that in case you had already put a sample of a scheme of work, it will be easy for it to pick it and they give it to you in that particular format. But if you have never uploaded one or put one of those formats, then for it will just look there or on the internet or the data that has been fed. Remember, in Africa, we have not yet fed these AI tools with a lot of data. So what it's going to base on, it's mainly going to base on what it is going to see on the internet. But now, if you see mine coming out, it's because you have fed it That's why it is going to come out because I have fed it. So they will give me my scheme of work like that. They will give me my scheme of work like that. But why? Because I have what? I have told it how I have already programmed it how to do it. Like I fed it, but you can see even it gives you the page on the syllabus. So that's how it can support you to come up with those schemes of work. Be it a lesson plan, be it a lesson plan. So that's how it can. But now, since I did not tell it to put for me the activities of integration, I don't know whether it has left a week where I can put in the activities of integration. But in case it has not, then I can as well ask it to do so. So that is how you can use it to generate. Then the rest of the parts that are remaining, those are the parts I told you that those parts are yours as an individual for you to do some kind of editing, to check out whether this is okay, whether it is not okay. Those things of checking out, that is now your work you can do. Then from here, if you have this version that you have two options now to remove it. Now, some of these AI tools, they can allow you to just copy. You can just copy and then you paste it in your Word document, and then you do the other part. This is the 30 part I tell you that you have to do. I go to my Word document here. I open a new Word document. Then, however, there you have to change the orientation of the page because you know how our schemes of work appear. I'll come here and then I change the orientation. Then I can come here and then I paste like that. Now, after pasting, I'm not going to hope you are following. After pasting, this is what I've got. I do what? I will highlight like this. After highlighting, okay, let me highlight again. I will highlight the whole document. Okay, let me repeat. I'll come here. I'll highlight it somewhere like this. Then I'll go to layout here. Hope you are seeing. Come to design. Then say I want a table format. And you'll be done with your scheme of work. So that is how you can do it. Unless someone has a question on that. Unless someone has a question on that. But that's how you can copy it. This is more so if your version. Now here, you can try to prompt it to tell it that provide a downloadable document. Maybe PDF format, or I can say maybe PDF or Word document or Word. Now, the other things of putting your school, putting what, and the rest of that, those ones you can do them yourself. But if you want, you can as well put your school there, and then it will do for you whatever thing you want. Even if you want a lesson plan, as long as you have told it what kind of lesson plan you want, in the format, it will do for you that particular lesson plan. But the most important thing, like I've always told you, give it an example. Give it where you want that data to be generated from. Then things will be very fine for you. Yeah. So let me hope that one is very okay, and I have exhausted that part. Yes, Chisache.
Mr. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, what I wanted to know about that AI maker, like using AI to make a scheme. Like for example, I want like in a school where we have exams. Can that AI still support putting exam periods on the scheme?
Yes. As long as you have given it what you want, you have told it what you want. As long as you have told it what you want, it can give you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. For you, what matters is the prompting. That's where the game is. How have you prompted it? You prompt it well, you'll get the best answer. Now, this one has generated. But the only problem with this format, some of you may not be able to use this format. That is where the problem is for this. So that's why I recommend copy it the way I copied it and then paste it in a Word document. But don't forget to change the orientation of the page. Because if you don't change the orientation and you paste it the way it is here, it's going to disturb you to appear like this, which will be very bad. So first go on the page layout, you change the format to landscape, and then your thing will appear very, very well. Yes, David. Yes, David.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes. Now, I am requesting to know, because it is as if when you don't have prior knowledge about something, it becomes very hard for you to really learn from AI. Now, how possible is it for that person who does not know, who does not have any concept completely on a particular item, and he or she wants to learn? How will AI help that person? Because according to your explanation, I understand as if when you don't have a prior knowledge, because if you cannot guide it very well, so that it can give you the right thing, which means you are not going to get the right thing. Now, how will it help that person who does not know the concept completely and then wants still to learn from AI? Thank you.
Okay. Now, like what I asked at first, I asked whether what is that repetitive task you keep doing every day. Now, because you have been doing it over and over, it means that now you have gained some kind of experience of the kind of something you expect to do. But if you feel that what you are doing it is your very first time, I recommended AI tool that can help you with that. And I said that for such a case whereby the thing you are doing is for your first time, you have no idea, then go for Perplexity, because that one can be very good with making research. I hope you remember I said go for Perplexity. That one will be very good for making that kind of research. If something you are doing is new to you completely, you have never done it, so go for Perplexity. This chat and even the information you put here, verify. In other words, don't base on one resource here and say, everything is fine. No, use either other tools, like use Google Scholar to check out the kind of references it has given you. Use other sources. You look at other sources and then check out, proofread your work that actually what I'm doing is okay. In case, I don't know whether I have answered you, David, but don't base on one AI tool. That's why I showed you ChatGPT. Now I'm showing you DeepSeek. So you don't use one tool to do everything. David, is that fine? Don't even throw those textbooks you have.
Yeah, it is fine. I've got it now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then in
thank
case
you.
it comes to lesson plan, tell it, develop a lesson plan for term, for the first period of the term in the format of the lower secondary curriculum. The lesson period is 40 minutes. I have 30 girls and 20 boys in the class. Include activities for the lesson and time. then I give it there. I've just added in on more context. Yeah. So now it's going to go there and then it starts looking through and then they will generate for us those different activities. So they will give you, now like I've not put the date, that's why they have not given, the date is empty. So they will generate, in fact, even if you want to generate lesson plans for the whole term, such that your work is just to edit, to keep on editing the time, the activity, and this, you can generate them at once. You can generate them at once. Then the 30% is for you now to sit down and say, what am I going to do? I'm going to keep on editing, checking here, checking here, checking here, adding in more creativity. You can add on more creativity, your own creativity, developing more scenarios and other things. So now that's how it can generate for you. And then you save a lot of time. You save a lot of time. Now it has finished to generate for me. So your work is come, copy it. I will just copy, come here, copy everything up to, let me say, up to this point here, up to, let me say I've copied everything up to there. Then I'll come here and then I'll say, I open up a new. In case the table is small, it will fit. In case it's not small, then you'll see it not fitting. Now you ask, in case the table was not so good, then it will not fit. So that is it. Then for your work is now here, just because I think I copied everything. But in case you want, there is a table here. There is a table we have here. I can just highlight it a bit. Now, since you had a table and you had the other words, I would always encourage that the first thing you copy, first copy the table, first remove the table. Come here, first remove the what? The table here. You'll come here and first copy the table, come. I'm still copying. Let me say I've copied the table up to, okay, I'm just showing you a sample. I've copied the table, come here and first have it pasted. Where is the table? Now I've pasted the table. I want to put it in a better way. Okay, the table is there. I can just come here and then I put the thing and then things will be okay. But also I want to, let me see, even this copying sometimes works depending on the version you have, let me open a new version here. Depending on the new version you have, sometimes it can work for you, though sometimes it comes with these stars. That is the problem, those stars. And even sometimes formatting here is not possible. So that's why I encourage you, just copy it the way it is, and then other things will follow through. So that's how you can now also generate a lesson plan. And then for you, your work is go start editing. Go start editing. That is the 30% I told you. So here I have copied everything. And if at all you are going to paste using a mouse, use this one of merge formatting. When you merge formatting, it will be very easy for you to format the table. Here, to come and format the table. It will be very easy for you to format the what? The table. You just come here and place there. And then your table will be formatted very, very well. Then the other things you do now as a teacher, then you'll come and start now editing, make edits here and there, and then things will be very, very fine for you. So that's how you can use it to generate those lesson plans and other activities you want to do. My display is off. I think members, hope you can see my display. My display is on according to what I'm saying in the back ends. So that's how you can use it to generate. Yeah. In case you have a question, first ask, because now I want to take you to another tool in the remaining few minutes. It is on. Okay, now that's how we are going to generate. So I do expect that each one of us now, as long as you have a computer, you have your laptop, on the phone it can work, but it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. But to get the best, have a what? A laptop, have a phone. Okay. Now we are going to go to another one. The other one I want to use is now, how can we generate a sample lesson activity? Yes, Isaac, first ask.
Thank you so much. About how to check plagiarism. For example, a student has copied everything from AI. How do I confirm? Thank you.
Okay. Now, when you are checking for plagiarism, we have different plagiarism tools we can use. One of them is called Dribblets. It's called Dribblets. Is one of them, AI. Another one is called Dribblets. Okay. Another one, okay, I think, let me open my, and I show you the first one. Another one is called Tantini. This one is the plagiarism test checker called Dribblit. It is one of the, it's one of them that you can use to check for plagiarism. And once you have this one, it looks like this. You create a folder like here. You create your folder and name it. You put the name. Let me set it for senior 2. Put what it does, and then you create. You can put a small description. This is just for put a date. This is just for, I'm just using it to showcase. Now, after creating a folder, they will display here the class that you have created the thing for. And then all their work that is going to be coming through, they will be checking for you. In case you have given them and they are sending the work. But in case they have sent you the work and you want to check out their tests, then you'll come here. When you come here, but let me first, allow me to first have this a bit off, such that I don't display some people's names here. I want to be displaying mine. Okay. Okay, it is okay. I have no problem displaying this. I have not problem displaying. I can display again. Now, when you look here, you'll notice that here, this is my folder. And this folder, I check for children's work. When I check for children's work, they will tell me the grammar part, they tell me the AI score, the similarity, the date of submission, even where the child has got the work. Take an example. This was just a sample project. And you could notice that the child had copied 84% of that work. So now the tool is able to tell me that this work the child has provided, it is AI tool. So they will show you the human context that the child added only 16%. Then the rest of the work the child added was AI text. Now, as a teacher, this is where you tell the child, go back and add your originality. So for such, that is where now I want you to master that even when you check, they will show you everything the child has been copying. They show that this and this, they highlight for you. Even they can give you the source where the child copied that work from. So that is what I wanted to bring to your attention. So you can use this one. Another AI tool you can use is called Tantin. The spelling is what? Tantin, AI to AI, or plagiarism checker. So this one is the another one you can use. It works well. Even Grammarly can check for you. Those are some of the AI tools you can use to check out for those ones. But the common ones is Tantin and then Driblet, depending on what you have. Okay, hope I have been able to answer that one. Okay, now what? Okay, I think let me teach you. Let us handle just one more and then we seal it here. Now, what about when we want to create a lesson activity? Now, the lesson activity I want us to create today, I want us to create a video. I want your lessons to be very interesting. You may not have the time to create all the videos, what, but can you create that sample video that opens up your lesson such that everyone is very interested at it? Now, I'm going to ask all those people with computers or laptops, open your laptop. Unfortunately, people who are using phones, we are going to, here, the application we are going to use is not on a phone. Google has not yet developed any application for the phone users. So it works with the desktop. So open Chrome. Let's use Chrome. Open Chrome the way I have opened mine. Open Chrome the way I have opened mine. Open Chrome the way I have opened mine. Okay. My screen is on. Now, after opening, I want you to come here. I think here. Come there. When you come there, I want you to click on those 9 dots. We must move together, but let me know through the chat. Are we on the same page? Tell me same page. I want to know whether we're on the same page. I want you to be on the page like the one I'm on. When you are there, you let me know. Okay. Yes, we are. Same page. Good. Now, the next thing we are going to do, I want you to click on these 9 dots here, you see? Click on those 9 dots. I'm going to click like that. When you click, I want you to come on where you have vids. Check for that tool. Check for that tool. When you get there, click on it. Click on it and come on this page here. Come on this page here. When you come on this page, today we are going to focus. This is a big package, but I want us to focus on the one for AI, where we are going to use AI to create for us. After coming here, I want you to come on the black vid. And I want you to first reach this point here. If you are there, just know, let me know in the chat. We shouldn't leave you behind. Not repeat for me. Cider, I am going back for Cider. Others first reach this point. Cider, I have said, come here on these Google Apps. When you reach there, come where you have vids. Click on vids. Once you click on vids, I want you to come on the black vid, and get there. May I know whether we're on that page now? May I know whether we're on that page? Yes, I'm there. Okay. Now, when we come here, I want to first highlight some of the things. This bar here, we call it the menu bar. The menu bar. This bar, this side here, this side is what we call the side panel. The side panel. Then here down is what we shall call the timeline. Then here we shall have our canvas. here, the campus. It's going to be in the middle. Those are the four regions. We are going to be playing with 1. This is 2. This is 3. And this is 4. We are going to be playing with those 4 regions to come up with a very good activity we can use in our class as we introduce our lessons. Now I start again. What are we going to do? I want you to come. I have showed you the side panel. When we come on the first thing we are going to do is here, untitled video. I want you to put the name of the video you want, the video we are going to create. Take an example. I'm going to talk about tourism in Sarah E. In geography. So my title here is going to be about tourism. I'm just using tourism as my topic. Or it is okay, you can use any. Type it there. After getting that tourism, we want a video. I want a video to take my children around. In case it is Sarah E, you want to take them to church and they see what really happens. In case it is mathematics, you are dealing with fractions. You want to see people sharing things. That kind of thing is what I'm talking about. In case in biology, you want them to see the plant cells, the animal cells, and the rest of that. Or in case you are nutrition, you want them to see those things. In case it is history, you want them to see those historical sites. That's what I'm saying, depending on the topic you are handling for your subject. After that, you have 2 options. Come to the side panel here, this side. You have where you can record, where you can upload. In case you have ever taken a video from somewhere and you have it there, you can upload it there. You can just say upload. So here you are removing it from your gallery, what you have already taken. Now these are some of the things I have in my gallery. So in case I have a video, I can pick it from here. In case I want photos, I pick it from there, in case there is any photo. There is another one we call stock. In case you don't have the videos, this is where we are going to pick from, stock. When we come to the stock, you are going to type, what is it that you want? Do you want the video? In case you want images, the images are there. In case you're a music teacher, and you want a good song, the music is there, stickers are there, effects are there, GIFs are there, Google images are there. What do you want? But we want a video. So I'm going to click that I want videos. And what are the videos? Which videos are you interested in? I want tourism. Where do I want these children to visit? I want these children to visit maybe a zoo. Then I'll put in. Here you put a description such that they get for your video related to that particular thing you are doing. So I'm going to come and say, touring, maybe a zoo, wildlife in Uganda. You contextualize it like I've told you. Now they are going to bring for you videos related to that particular thing. So you look here, you ask, which one is going to be very good? So you check through, you check through, you check through. All these videos are taking us to the wildlife. Now, here, this is where creativity must come in. How do you want your children to look at them? Now you'll come and say, these are the videos. These are the videos. Very good, very good. Then you are going to pick the best video you want to use for that particular activity. Now, for me, allow me, I'm going to add on a tool. Let me add on a load such that I start. Now, I'm going to start from here. Why am I starting from here? I'm going to show them that we are traveling to the zoo. So I'm going to pick this video. If you want to first preview it, you place here such that you first have a look at how that video looks like. That's how the video looks like. Then you say, yeah, this one will work. So I'm going to remove, but I can first scroll and I see whether there is any other video. In case there is no, then I can say, let me go with this video. But also there's another one here. You can first view and say, how is this video? Then you can see how that video is. Then you say, okay, now which one? Now, since I want to take them to show them that we are moving from class, I'm going to first add that one. Now, when you add this video, we are creating, we call them scenes, like different parts of the video. I want to move them from class, I take them to the zoo. Now, this car is showing me that we are moving from class going to the zoo. What am I going to do? In case you find that your car video you have put, they have given it to you in that small format. It is not covering the whole of your screen. What you do, right click, and then what are you going to do? Say expand video to fill the scene. So you expand it like that. Let everyone first choose a video. Yeah, let everyone first choose a video. Let everyone first choose that video. Choose the video. Choose a video. Okay, now let me assume we have picked the video we want. After picking the video, in case in this particular video, we are going to create very many scenes. This is just, when you check this video, you notice that it is for 12 minutes and 7 seconds. But you want to put something. So in case you want to put a text, you'll come here and say, which text do I want? I want to put a headline. I want to put a title. You can come and say, I want to put a title. Then the title will appear here. Then you say which title. Then you say a tour. Should we call it a tour to wildlife center? What is center? Center. That is my title. Wildlife tour. Wildlife tour. That is it. Now, if you want to reduce this word, then you'll come and say, I want to reduce it. I come here and I reduce it. You reduce until when it is in the format where you want it, that I want it like that. Now, if you want it to be down, you carry it very well. You carry it very well and put it where you want it to be, that I want it there. When you check the color and you notice the color is, this color, no. The color is not working for me. You change the color, highlight it, then come up here still is where you're going to check out for the color you want. Here up, even if you want to fill it color, this is the border color, you can have a border color. If you want to fill it, you can as well go on and fill it like that. That's how you fill it. You want to fill it like that. You can fill it like that, and then it comes out the way you want. In case you want to, I wanted now to have this color changed. I wanted to have this color changed. Now to have the color changed, come here. You have the color changed. I want to put white. I want it to put white. In case you feel this color is not bringing out what you want, come here and change it. It may be green will bring, maybe this one. And then you test out different colors. But in case you want red, then you say, maybe let me use green. Green may appear very good. Then in case you want to change the border color, maybe I will use green. Like that. Then this is just, we are starting. We have not yet started. Then after that, I now moving at a very fast rate. Of people. It is okay, Kwagala. We continue. So after doing so, you can first have a preview how your video looks like. Play it and see. And then you see how it is playing, Now let me put mine in full view such that people can look at it very well. Remember, we are starting. It will appear like that. It will appear like that. It will appear like that. So that is how it's going to look like. So this is the first scene. But you check out that the minutes so far we have used here. Remember the videos. Remember when you are coming up with these videos, let them be short, not so long. So what am I going to do? I'll come here and I reduce the time for the scene. I make it a bit shorter. You make it a bit what? A bit shorter. It will remain the same, but at least the time will reduce. So I make it very short. I reduce the time. Remember, you need to budget very well your time that I want it to fit there. So you look at it, it will travel, but it will be very fast. Now, after that, we are going to add another scene. So I'll come here on addition, I add another scene. Now the second scene is that now I want to enter the zoo. I'll come here to the stock and I say now we want to enter the zoo and see what is happening there. So I'll come here and I say now I want to enter inside the zoo and I start looking at the animals. So I can add this video here. Then after entering, still I can reduce the time because I want to see quite a lot of things. I will go on, I add on the monkeys. Now when you are adding the scenes, don't forget you can add them here on the same screen if you want. But if you want, you can add another scene whereby now you have also the monkeys, but you keep on reducing the time such that you can be able to see things, to put very many things depending on the scene. So that's how now the second scene will look like, depending on what you have put. So this is just a brief of what I'm thinking about. So, but in case you see the scene is very long, you can either trim it, you can even delete it in case you see it is very long and you put something that is very, very short. So that is how you can create some scenes. In case you want, you can put this one, you put it there, and then you keep on developing them like that. Yes, yes. Now, those are some of the scenes you can put. So at the end of the day, okay, I don't hope it is there. Let me check it out. Okay, I'm going to go back here and I put another scene. So keep on putting for you. Keep putting your scenes. You can even just drag it there. It can. Oh, I wanted, okay, I think it is also network matters. Also network matters. So I wanted to reduce this scene. I want to reduce this scene. So I'm going to reduce to make it short. Yeah. So I have reduced it. So I'll go back to the first one. Then I can look at the second one. And then I can go on and look at the third one. So if you finish, then you can play them at once and then check out how do they come out. You'll see them coming out, and the children will have that kind of feel that at least we have seen what happens when we are at the zoo. In case you want, you can even put them in slow motion. If you want, you can even make them bigger such that they move a bit slowly, the way you may want them. So it is up to you. It is up to you. So that is briefly about that. Okay, now may I have some questions? So now, okay, let me first stop here for now. We shall keep on. I want everyone to first develop, to interact with you, first develop other things. I've showed you the first one, how to put the text and how to put video. Now, in case you have finished your experiment, you'll come here and go here and download it as an MP4 video. So it's going to download. It's going to download. After downloading, now when you go to class, for you don't need now to look for videos. Your video will be ready and the children will be able to see that now we are at the zoo. We have gone here. This is what is at the zoo. That's why now I'm going to encourage you. Whenever you are traveling, you are going somewhere, take those small videos. Keep on taking like a smaller video. Then we can have it combined. Even here, you can put a voiceover, your voice, whereby now you want to take them. You can come here and say, I want to record. Let me say this is the first one. Then you say, start recording. Hey, now I don't want the camera on. Never allow. I don't want the camera on. Okay. Oh, I just want audio. I want just audio. Okay. I want audio, no microphone access. Okay. I know why the microphone is not on. Okay. Hey, in case you find your microphone is not on, you enable it here. You enable it. Then now you can start putting your voice. And you say, our topic today is tourism. A visit to the Wildlife Center. Let's go. And then I insert it there. So when you are playing it here, it will play. Our topic today is tourism. A visit to the Wildlife Center. I know you have not heard the voice. I know you have not heard that voice. Let me go back and I show you. Now, what you do here, these scenes, since you want it to start from the beginning, adjust it. I wanted to adjust it like there. And then where do you want it to stop? I want it to stop here at the first scene. And then I'm going to play it again and you'll hear it. Our topic. Okay, I've cut it a bit. But let me make it okay, such that you can hear it very well. Our topic today is tourism. A visit to the Wildlife Center. Let's go. So you record it like that, and then the learners can have a good experience on using the these on using these realities. So that is briefly what we can do when it comes to this. Our topic today is tourism videos. A visit to the Wildlife Center. Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to stop here sharing. We have just a few minutes, but let me first take on some few questions. Okay, Isaac has said, I had a oh, pardon, recording the voice. Now, when it comes to recording and putting your voice, I'm going to come back here. Allow me to end this screen here. Oh, sorry. Allow me to go back. I'm going to come back here. What you do, you are going to come to your side panel. On the side panel, you are going to go where you have record. When you reach where there is record, what are you going to do? Under record, you want to, where do you want to record for the current scene, this scene that I'm displaying? Or you want to record for a specific scene? Choose the scene where you want to record that voice. So I want maybe the third one here. Then in case this is where I want, I'm going to say start recording. But we have different recording options. What do you want? Camera and screen. This is where you want even your face to appear. But me, I don't want. Then in case you want the screen, it is there. In case you have some work on the screen, then in case you want a voiceover, then say voiceover. Now, if it is voiceover, then say start recording. And then you start talking. Then here you start, they will give you minutes. Then you prepare yourself. Once it reaches 10, these are Gila phase. Wala ta. Then after, sorry, you stop recording. Now I stopped. You stop the recording. And then you preview how you're recording. Then you say insert it there. And then it will be inserted there. And then you'll be able to let's go. Killer phase. Wala ta. So after that, you can finish. Then when it comes to here, once you're remember here, you can only use the internet to do this. After that, you're going to just come here and then you download it as an MP4. Here we don't need the time to save. It is already saved there. The moment you go back to that tool, you'll find it there when it is already saved. Okay, why don't we I want to just take on some few questions. There are quite a lot of other things I would have loved to share, but I think we shall get other time when time allows. That even when you want to, because there are things I've not showed you, like because it requires time, like developing storyboards. Even when you are going to conduct your lessons, in case you don't have time, you don't need to go in class and do what? I don't need to go to class, sit and do. I can just develop a simple storyboard and I put whatever work I want. Maybe, but this one I will show you. We shall do it at another time. Storyboards, how to develop those videos from scripts, and then we put it there, and then they do for us everything. Okay, let me pick on a few hands. Yes, Kezron.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, morning.
Now, sir, I request that you forward those videos because some of us some like me, some steps I have missed some, so I may need to see other steps in case you can forward them somewhere and we see the steps, the videos, the recordings.
Okay, the recording is going
Then
to be shared.
yes. Then another thing, can it also help us in mathematics also? Can you use it in mathematics also to create some scenarios?
To create like the video, the AI.
AI.
Yes, it can. It can help you.
eh,
Which topic? You can give me a sample of the topic.
The topic can be mappings and relations.
Hmm.
I don't know whether it can also work because sometimes when I put some scenarios, they could not give the pictures or let's say the graph, the word, they just describe some steps. I don't know.
Okay, let me do you have something specific in mappings you want? Okay. Let me share my screen again. Now, in case I want something in mapping, I've just picked something here from mapping, and let me say I can use this. I use this. I don't know. Let me use this. I can tell it develop a scenario on mappings, and relations. Uh, uh, okay. Aiming at learners understanding uh, maybe domain, range, and arrow diagram. This should be in line. This should be in line with the enable format of setting a math paper. Then I can first test using that. Though now I have not put that I'm in Uganda. The reason why I have not put that I'm in Uganda, it is because I've already trained my AI a bit. So now it's going to put some tasks there, state the domain, state the range. But now what it has said, this is just a mini scenario. Now, if you want something major or bigger than that, give it a sample context of a scenario. Give it a sample. Now I will tell it, uh, develop something. Develop something like this one. Like this. It doesn't need to, it may not matter. So now it is, if you give it a sample, then it can be able to use that sample you have given it to generate something much better. I don't know that it's clear.
Yeah, it's clear, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now you will see it, but note what do you want to achieve from that particular thing. Okay. Any other question? Or I can assume that we have been able to pick something. Is everything fine now? All right. Yeah. So my request is on the different groups where we are, develop one video or share something you have learned. You can develop a sample lesson plan, develop a sample scheme of work, and share with us. And then we see how we are progressing. Because what is now very important is us to implement. I told you earlier on, knowing something is one thing, but going on to use that knowledge you have learned to become better is what now we want us to apply. Yeah, whenever you find yourself saying you are very tired, it means you have not applied technology. When you find yourself that things have not yet worked out, you are complaining, asking for scheme of work, and the rest of that, it means that you have not utilized technology. Okay, you can. I don't know whether I've shared that WhatsApp group. We have a WhatsApp group for teachers. Those who are not there, you can join that group. But also, what you have come up with, you can send me a message on WhatsApp using that number. I will be able to look at it. But in case you find some challenges here and there, you can send me a message. I can be able to reply, though I may not reply immediately, but once I settle down, I will be able to reply you. Okay, let me pick on one. Yes, David?
Asking how do I join the WhatsApp group
Oh,
for
I've
teachers?
shared a link. I've shared a link there.
Okay, thank you.
In the chat. You can use that link to join. But in case of anything, let's apply the technology as much as we can. Then tomorrow we shall have another session, but tomorrow we shall mainly look at the curriculum. We shall look at project-based learning and other things. But as we conclude, I want you to always do not forget the ethics when you are using this. More so if at all you are going to make presentations, you are going to do some work, you are going to present, do not forget always the ethics and the values. But also remember that AI doesn't, like anything you get from AI, it's not that always it is true. There are some things that may not be true. So always do not forget to go back and check out, to read through, you proofread what you have done. But remember that AI is not going to replace you. But many of the things you are doing are going to be replaced by AI. And many of the things we are doing are going to be replaced by AI. Like those who are around, I told you already, countries have already started developing exams using online. That's where now education is heading. So meaning that now let's keep updating ourselves every day. Like I've told you, personally, I have like a book, whereby every day I ask myself, what is it that I've learned? I take note, I've taken this, however little it is, I know that there's something I have learned. But the most important, let's go on and implement. The link, let me, can we have the recorded? Yes, I will share this presentation on the groups where I am. I will share them where I am. I will be able to share, but also on YouTube, it will be available at a later time. Thank you so much for attending. See you tomorrow for another session on curriculum. And in case you have anything, any concerns concerning project-based learning, how to conduct all those things, we shall have them responded to tomorrow. Thank you so much for attending. Have a lovely day. Let's go on and practice. Share with me when you finish anything. Maybe you have developed your scheme of work using AI, lesson plan, lesson notes. I know I've not talked about how we can develop PowerPoints, but I know when time allows, We shall come back. We go through Canva. We go through. I've just showed you just a little of very many things we can use. But let's first implement those little, and then we shall meet. Have a lovely afternoon.